The Big H Podcast, tune in now. Conversations that'll wow. Laugh and learn, stay a while. Let's explore that Hilton style. From the highs to the lows, every story just explodes. Mike's got questions on the go, diving deep from head to toe. Every week the guests align, sharing moments so divine. Stay with us, the pace is fine. Every episode you'll find. The Big H Podcast, tune in now. Conversations that'll wow. Laugh and learn, stay a while. Let's explore that Hilton style.
Joey Danzig and Deb Montrallo of the Hilton Alumni Association. Thanks for joining me on the Big H Podcast.
Thanks for inviting us.
Thank you very much.
You came highly recommended from Nancy Laporte, one of your cohorts and your leaders on that organization. Tell me a little bit about the mission or the purpose of the Alumni Association at Hilton.
Our focus is really connecting alumni, alumni, Hilton alumni, along with the community in supporting the teaching and learning in our school. So we have done, our function is that we're a fundraiser. And with the fundraising activities that we do, then we're able to fund grants and scholarships into the classroom or to students that are graduating. So we've done, the organization started in 2022. And since that time, we have awarded 15,000 in grants. So it's probably a little bit over that. And some of those grants, the way they look at, the way they come into, there are things that aren't funded within the budget. So here's where we're able to, assist teachers or students. So when you go into the high school and there's the big mural that's on the wall in the lobby, that was funded by the Hilton Alumni Association. Some of the training with the sources of strengths for students at the high school. There's been some field trips that we've done. One was for advanced art students to go to the Memorial Art Gallery, as well as we've also helped with a couple of hardship students, maybe for the Washington trip in 8th grade. We've done things with special ed classes in both the Mert Williams, but then the high school this past year had opened up a coffee bar. And, that's kind of on the, those things that are a little bit different, but they offer students authentic learning experiences. So.
Did you feel, now you're a social studies teacher, or a retired social studies teacher, did your experience being in the classroom help when you got to be on the Alumni Association and understand where we can have the most bang for our buck?
Most definitely, because I can look at it from being a teacher, being in there, and the contacts that I have. And also as we're brainstorming and looking at some things, like what might be some other avenues to approach this.
Now, Joey, you are a present owner of this beautiful lit up place, right? But you've also got some experience, nursing home administration and things like that. Your experience from Hilton High School, how did that help becoming a member of the Alumni Association and your work with it?
Well, when I started working on this board, I've only been on the board for a couple of years now. And when I was pulled in, people really need to have more contacts and more people that are in the community. So that's kind of where they asked me to come in and see if I can get more of the community involved, helping out with this fundraising, things of that nature, and grow the team a little bit. Again, I had recruited Debbie, and she's got the word sucker written across her forehead. So I'm like, I want her. And we've known each other for a long time, but I know Debbie's inside the school district. She does have the connections in there. Working together, just, having her on the team just makes us a powerhouse over there. And we have grown even more. We've got a great solid team right now. It's probably up to about 10 people, I'd say, with others, volunteers that help out. And it's just been going great.
So you're saying that the Alumni Association came to be in 2022?
Correct.
So it's not really that long to, increase all those funds and satisfy grants to different teachers and whatnot. Tell me a little bit about the fundraising things that you've done already and that things that you prepare for in the future.
Well, I could speak to trivia night. November 12th, we're going to have our third annual trivia game night. We're holding it now at the Milling Station, which was formerly Foster's Restaurant. People can sign up by going to the Hilton Alumni Association webpage, and you can sign up there. So with that, we have teams of up to 4 members on your team. People come in. We have 3 rounds of trivia. The tickets are only $10 a piece. But you're able to order from the bar. You're able to order, food, and there'll be waitress staff as well to help support it. All of the prizes come from local businesses who donate. So we get a lot of support that way in the community.
Now, I can give you a plug. I was an MC 3 years ago when they had it at Dakota, and the place was almost too small. It was jam-packed, but you had a gentleman who was running the computer system. Like, it was very, very well run, and I forget who won. I think it might have been the veterinarians in town. I think
okay.
they might have won it, but for those that are catching it, we wanted to do this podcast before then. It's a highly recommended, and I give it a double thumbs up. A lot of fun.
Thank you. Last year, that was the reason for going to the other location. And last year we had just about 80 people playing.
Yeah, it's good.
So this year we're hoping for at least that.
Last year, again, we might need to start expanding a little bit, but we think Milling Station did open up the rooms a little bit more in there. They did a little construction for us, so we could fit a few more tables in there. But we're hopefully to fill it.
Do you remember who won it last year? Or it's all for a good time and a good cause?
It's for a good time.
All right.
A good cause. I didn't know there was going to be a test.
You're a teacher. We always are given pop quizzes, right? Is it during a weeknight or is it a weekend?
It's a weeknight.
Okay.
So Wednesday evening.
Okay.
So the doors open at 6:30 we get started, and the evening's done typically right around 9.
I mean, that's perfect. 3 hours for us senior folk. They know you can get home in a good hour and get some good sleep.
We've got a lot of alumni that are actually signing up this year for their, how do I want to say it, their reunions. So the class of 1995's got a group that are coming. Some of the teachers are coming in and signing up for it. So we're going to have a good turnout.
And it also sounds like a good smattering of teachers and classes from the past. We were talking off the podcast, talking about how your site wants to start, the more contacts you get, the bigger the organization is going to go. And you talked about the reunions. Talk about how you think your alumni association can help generate those ideas and run those reunions to fruition.
Well, what's nice is we are trying to grow our web base. We are on all the social media platforms. We've got a website out there that's really wonderful. Like Deb said, she presses send on them, so she does a lot of work. But we're trying to get more people to follow us, join us, input their information just so they know what's going on with the Hilton Alumni Association. And, if they want to be part of it, great. If they can't because their timelines they're too busy, or maybe this isn't their trivia night's not their function. Okay, well, we're going to have a casino night coming up early.
Is that in April next year?
I think it's March.
March, okay.
So, the dates are still being set up and everything, but, if that might be they might enjoy that more. So they'll come participate in that. But what's nice is if they are connected to our social medias, then they know what's coming up. Or sometimes we might say, hey, you know what, there's a project that we need, or we need to get funding for this, but maybe it can't come through the Hilton Alumni Association. And, we end up getting donors from all over that are willing to just help out, which is great. Or even if it's like a setting up for Apple Fest or something, it's just nice that people are willing to donate their time instead of money or prizes or whatever it is.
The other thing with that too is that with the reunions, then we've kind of get in touch with the people that are in the classes that are coming up, say behind the year that I graduated. So trying to keep in touch with those people. And then if we have something coming up, we'll ask them to advertise it on their class website that they have from their reunions.
Okay.
So already there's a database. And then we're also working on setting up a survey to get information on where alumni are today, what they're doing. Some people might have very interesting careers or paths that they've taken and would like to possibly come in and speak with students in different classes, whether it's in the sciences or business or, possibly doing interviews for kids or just some career options.
Because I recall being in the high school, I was an 87 grad, and they did have a career day. I don't know if they have that anymore, but a career day that's involved with just Hilton graduates, that would be that'd be very meaningful. And then with technology, I mean, you could put people on Skype or whatever. You really can make that fly.
So
I'm putting it on you, Deb.
I think we just talked about this actually at the meetings, and we are trying to see what's going on. I know they used to do the career day, but I can't remember what
it's
they were
different
just
now.
saying.
So we're looking at, getting into some of the business classes and where it is that we could work with whatever the teacher's looking at need. And some of those teachers, they want to know like what career paths, what is it that you make? Sometimes the teachers want you to come in and do interviews, with kids and getting them ready.
I'll tell you what's nice about it. I just did our 30-year reunion with my class, and we did a tour of the high school, and the amount of changes that the high school has had, it was just impressive for the class to get together, go see it, do a tour. We had 2 wonderful tour guides that took us through it, and it was a great time. And I think everybody in the class enjoyed seeing all the differences from then to now.
What else did you do on that 30-year reunion weekend?
So we started off by having it at we started homecoming weekend. So we all went to the game, and we had a great game on that one. And then after that, we all kind of hung out. We went to a local restaurant in Hilton just so we can support the locals. And then the next day we went and did a tour of the high school, which was fantastic. And we had 2 of our alumni in our class are actually teachers in the school. So they gave us the tour and they did great. And then after that, we all went to a new bar downtown restaurant and we hung out at night and we had a band, and it was just a great time getting together with everybody and talking. And it was like we were just family we haven't talked to in a while, and everybody just came together. It was great.
Deb, do you remember your last class reunion you went to? Tell me a little about
organize it.
And which one was that? Your 50th?
Our 50th.
Okay,
Yeah.
and how?
So our
Since
50th,
you were the organizer, where was it? What'd you do?
Okay, so here's how it was. So we started with Friday afternoon, a tour of the school.
Uh-huh.
My class was the first graduating class out of the high school. So we had about 40 people that joined us on the tour. And it was really interesting, it was so different because when you come up the steps to the high school, that used to be a ramp. And that ramp wasn't ADA compliant. I mean, you could get on a skateboard and go off there and you end up way out. But it was a lot of fun, but it was dangerous.
Right.
And then the wind would whip around there, so it'd be icy in the winter and it was hard getting up. So anyways, and just the expansions and looking at the fields, everybody was just really in awe. And then how things were different, where we entered and now where it was. And, so that was interesting. Then I got to take them in my classroom, showed them where everything took place.
Oh, the magic happens? Yeah, it has walls?
Yes, we didn't have any walls. Yeah. So then from there, we had about 40, 45 that did the tour. Then after that, we had met over at Blue Barn. And there we had, altogether, we probably had about 75 people, which was nice because that kind of broke the ice to start with. Right. And it's just funny. Like sometimes, you think you're going to recognize everybody, but, you are by, their smile, their laugh, or, something like, oh my God, And then we had a golf tournament the next day. And then we were at Lakeshore Country Club for our evening. And it was spectacular. It was so much fun.
Together again for the 50th birthday, or
we just have our 70th birthday.
70th birthdays. They all got together.
So that was fun. We did that at Jenny John Lodge, and that was real nice. So yeah, so now I'm starting to think about our 75th birthday.
Tell me a little bit about the pride that brings you back when you get together with those old friends.
It was
because there are times in high school where I'm sure there was some goofing around, but when you bring each other back together, you probably trade stories and show pictures of family.
You know what's kind of funny is what people remember about you. It's like,
Mhm.
oh my God, I remember this. And it's like, I forgot about that,
Yeah.
you know? And then then it just goes off in a whole nother, direction. And that's neat.
Yeah.
I think during my reunion, I noticed that there's no cliques anymore.
Right.
Everybody's just, we're old. We don't care.
Mhm.
Everybody loves everybody. We just wanted to see how everyone's doing. Everybody was talking to everyone. And I remember seeing one of the students came up to me and she goes, you know what? This was so great seeing everyone. I don't feel like there's not one person here that I can't talk to.
Mhm.
Everybody was wonderful. It was great to see how everyone just came together.
So you remember what school was like when you were going through, and now you see on your tour what it is now.
Mhm.
How's the improvements?
It looks great in there. Everything
mean,
looks so much cleaner.
Aesthetics, aside, like we know the foyer's amazing and
Like when I was in school,
walls matter.
Yeah.
There's no card catalog anymore.
Right.
oh, I know.
The library was changed, but the cafeterias brought back a lot of memories.
Mhm.
Yeah, they were still busting.
Yeah.
But when I was in school, we had a lot of school spirit.
Mhm.
The sports were huge, but the Hilton marching band was huge.
Yep.
And I was in the marching band. So I managed to go on 2 trips with a band, going to Japan as well as also to Europe. So there was just a lot. The kids that were in sports would come and they would be at band practice or vice versa. And the band was huge at that time. And then we would go to the games. So there was a lot of that. One of the things now, as you go to certain sports games, depending on what it is, you'll get a large crowd. But then at some other things, they're maybe not as well attended. But I think that's because there's so many more choices too
Mhm.
for kids to get involved in. But when we have um, when the pep rallies are taking place at school, I think there is a lot of, school spirit. They do a lot of things to keep that and the kids with a connection. It just looks different because there's so many more opportunities, I think, for kids.
Yeah. Outside of the schools. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, how many years did you teach at the high school then?
24.
24. So you saw a lot of the differences occurring within the school, whether it's structurally or culturally, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. When you did the trip to Japan, was that with Mr. Bascom? Was he your teacher? Or do you remember?
Mr. Bascom was there,
Mr.
yes.
Bascom. He is
Mhm.
because I remember doing a podcast with Rick Francis or somebody. He was
Okay.
class in 70 or whatever.
Yes.
Now, off the podcast, you were talking about you guys had a connection early on.
Well, in
With
marching
baton.
band, I was a baton twirler, so
Mhm.
I was a majorette. So I'd gone through that, and then after I had graduated, ended up that I became the twirling instructor for the high school group. With that, it's always important to have a feeder group. So I started a little kids group, which was called the Hilton Kiddettes, Kiddetts. So the firemen's band had started. I had the Kiddettes. So I would have the Kiddettes march with the firemen's band, and then they would march. So you'd have the high school, however they lined up, but, it
Right.
was just cool. But we kind of marched with the firemen's band. So at about age 3, enters Joey.
Mhm.
Broken arm and all, walking like a duck, and yeah, it was a sight to see. I definitely I probably stole the show when I was young like that.
Was she a good teacher?
Oh, she was my
Mhm.
favorite. I think I took baton with you for 20 years after that.
And
Yeah.
so these kids, many of them just came right up on through. And, through middle school and then at high school and with the twirling. And it's just a nice bond. And so, like a casino night, a lot of the twirlers that were in with Joey, are all friends. And
We all get back together. Yeah, it's great seeing them.
and Liz Mistretta, she's on the board.
Mhm.
She was one of the twirlers. She was a babysitter for my kids. And now we're back together again.
I used to look up to her because she was one of the grown up twirlers. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And she was good. So
Yeah,
we would definitely be like in awe when we saw Liz around. And so it's nice we wrangled her back into the board. So now she's working on the alumni board with us and she's doing great. So
Tell me a little bit more of some of those members on the board.
Need a speech to Terry.
There is another. Well, we try to bring in some of the alumni that we know, and what we want to do ideally is try to get some from as many different decades.
Mhm.
You know, we want to see if we can get a nice diverse group of people in there. It started out with 3 or 4 members, I think, from the class of '70, and they want to retire. Like
So they're gradually, working in as
The
they're phasing
founding
themselves
trying
out.
to
fathers,
get
right?
some, yeah,
Yeah.
and
So who is that? Like Nan Laporte,
yeah,
Rick
Rick,
Francis.
Eric Edelman,
All right.
yeah,
and Eric
but
was
he was
doing an
younger.
awful lot. So
Right.
he was doing all the
Social medias, the website design, the templates for our fundraising.
for the newsletters, just a whole bunch of
Okay. I'm sorry to
signage and
interrupt. You can
everything.
go back to
No, but
how you want to get it.
that's good. Um, there was another one who was on it who was doing it from a distance.
We had a treasurer as well.
Mhm.
They're starting to age out, so what we're looking to do is try to get new, fresh blood in.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the reason why I wrangled her in. We
Mhm.
went to go get Liz Mastrella. Tara Cobb is another, or
Strauss.
Strauss is another one. Sorry, she'll always be Tara Cobb to me. I knew
Mhm.
her as a
Karen
kid.
Hermans,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
she's
she's
wonderful.
president of the Edelman Research,
Mm-hmm.
and then Bonnie Lupo. So
I think I saw Liz McKernan Groutman is on it too.
Yeah.
Is she on
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
And I know they have some figures like Eddie Muscadri's like I don't know what he is, but like he's kind of like an outdoor, like,
he's attached there
Right.
through the board, and
Right.
then
Kristen Polini and then Josh Jensen, who was a Hilton grad, but a
Yes.
local politician.
right.
Right.
Look, I mean, in 3 years, you've raised a lot of money. It sounds like your organization's growing. Like, what are some keys to making this organization or any organization cohesive and thriving?
You gotta have good communication with each other,
Mhm.
and you're constantly moving. I think we really motivate each other to get going or get the next step going, and we do. We just keep going.
And so we all share the same goal.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's in there driven by ego. We're there because we want to be. And then I was working in one subgroup, and then I was working in another subgroup. And we just got going with ideas, and all of a sudden, just everything just fell right in place, and boom. So it was just really nice. It was ideal for cooperative learning design.
Those not in education, we could teach you about cooperative learning, but everyone goes separate and then they all come back together.
And what's also nice is we do have little subgroups. So maybe it's not the whole board that's working on the trivia night or
Mhm.
casino night. We just have a couple people, and then we have others that just want to volunteer. They don't want to be on the board. They just want to help out for trivia night or just casino night. And that's fine. And that works out well too. And now that we're getting a couple of years under our belts, they're starting to become a well-oiled machine. So they're a lot easier to get them prepared for the following year.
And do you have meetings monthly or do you do like Zoom meetings? How do you get together?
Well, we're scheduled for meetings monthly,
Mm-hmm.
but if there isn't a need to have a meeting, we won't.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that there's probably for sure 6 to 8 meetings per year.
Yeah.
With that, it's Zoom meetings. So it doesn't matter where you are. So I was concerned I was going to be going away for a couple months in the winter that I wouldn't be around, but it hasn't been a problem.
So the immediate thing coming up, the event is going to be trivia night on November 12th at the old Foster's, which is now called the
The milling station.
Milling Station. Okay. And then after that date, anything else between that and the end of this year? Or is the next event?
It's going to be the day of giving.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
I think it's too.
And what happens on that day?
That day of giving, people are able to make donations to different groups. So we're a nonprofit agency in which it is that people can gift money. And again, all that money that is raised is all turned back over into grants or into scholarship money.
100%.
How
And
much
our
money is
scholarship isn't based on GPA. Our scholarship is targeted towards the student that is going into the skilled trades and may not otherwise have gotten a scholarship,
Mhm.
and we're not limited to just one scholarship. So we'll look at those, look at how the fundraising has gone throughout the year, and then do what it is that we can. Okay. And then those scholarships are um,
Awarded.
awarded on Bravo night.
Bravo night. 'Cause that's
Yeah.
going to be my next question.
Yeah.
I think when I first did that first trivia night, we'd actually announced it for Charlie Streb. He got a
Yes.
thing.
Oh, okay.
So they did it there, but it's neat that you now do it at Bravo night.
Yeah. So it's part of the evening.
It is part of the
Yeah.
academics, being a skilled tradesman or that tradeswoman. That's pretty
Charlie
cool.
was our first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was. And I think they had him like remotely. They could
Yeah.
award
Okay.
him, which was special for him and
Oh,
the
nice.
people on the committee. What makes Hilton special to you? Obviously, you grew up in Hilton. You now reside in Hilton. You work in Hilton. What makes it special to you guys?
I think the community here is just very strong. I mean, our schools are really good. We offer so many programs here. We really do take care of our kids. I think a lot of people graduate from Hilton and they might go away for a couple of years, move away, but most of them come back. I just feel
There's
like
a lot that
everybody
comes
just
back.
come right
Mhm.
back to it,
Mhm.
and that says a lot about a community.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's been a caring community. Um, Again, with the school offering such a wide array of different programs or activities, that there's really things that just about every student could really attach themselves to. So it's not just a case of coming to school, going to class, and leaving.
Mm-hmm.
So there tends to be, whether it's drama club, or looking at sports, but things that are going to engage kids, and whether they're a participant or or a spectator. The music program is,
There is something here for everyone. Someone, you may not be a sports fanatic, you may not be into music or theater, but you can find
Mm-hmm.
something that you can get into here.
And Deb, I think you spoke to that very nicely earlier, and you would see it more probably as a teacher. There's so many different avenues where a kid can find a niche.
Mhm. And there again, if you have a kid who's just not quite, finding that niche, there's different areas in which it is that you take the kid under your wing and, find out what their interests are, and then start, maybe kind of pushing them or doing some introductions in that to maybe pull the child in so they're not isolated.
Mm-hmm.
And I see a lot of that with, different staff members and that people are caring.
What are some future ideas maybe that you're kicking around in your own head that you'd like to do with the Alumni Association?
Well, we were just recently talking about the career day, maybe getting that going. Spirit Week, we want to be part of that if we can. Just showing uh, more of our
Presence?
camaraderie. Yeah, just make us all part of as one.
Yeah, a different an expansion on that presence. But when you were asking before about events,
Mhm.
so like the trivia night is coming up, and then there's that day of giving. There's something in the village. I don't know what they call it, but it's something there with a holiday thing they have on Main Street.
Okay.
So with the decorating of the tree, and they have booths and that's open in the afternoon. Then there's a casino night. But the other one that that's a big fundraiser for us is selling the Buffalo Bill raffle.
We also currently have these giant cadet flags that we would
Oh,
love
yeah.
to see people hang on their um, posts at home, and it's like a $25 donation gets you this giant flag. They're wonderful, and just it shows your pride in the school. It shows you what your um, not only school spirit, but also shows what you're proud of, where you came from. This was home.
And they're ideal for, like you mentioned, at home, but they're also ideal if you have a senior. And so now here's something they can take and hang in their dorm.
Great graduation presents, great teacher gifts. They're great for the holidays. Yeah,
It-
we've raffled them off, and people love them.
Exactly. If you, in the elementary level more so, parents are always like looking for gifts to teachers and stuff. $25 would be nice, but I adorn one in my room and it's great because it promotes the school and it's also from where I'm from. So my kudos forever came up with that flag idea.
That's a Rick
Good.
Francis
That's
thing.
a Rick Francis.
He rocked it.
He rocked it. Tell me a little bit about your college experience, Deb. I had it written down here that you went to SUNY Brockport and U of R. Is that correct?
Well, my college experience is probably a little different than most people. So I had a business first, hairstyling business in Hilton.
Okay.
And then from there, got married, had 3 kids. They're in elementary school, and this is a nice time to go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to MCC.
Okay.
And I was really nervous and jerky at first because it's like, man, I've been out for quite a while here. So I took a couple online courses, then got right in, graduated, with honors. I was able then to take those honors, and then I applied that towards it. It got me into at a much reduced rate at the U of R. So I did my undergrad, finished that up at the U of R. And then because I was going into teaching, so there I had studied history and had also done my hours that I needed, for in the classroom, so that with my bachelor's, I was able to, be employed. So from there, and that was an incredible experience at the university. Then from there, I did my master's at Brockport. So I have, when I talk to kids, I've got community college, I've got private, and I have state.
Mm-hmm.
And then with doing it at Brockport, that was going to be more practical, where the U of R would have been more theoretical.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to be where my desire was to be in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
So it just worked out well for me. So
Did you have a specialty in history that you liked, like you really liked, focus on American history, Eurasian history, anything?
really like American history.
American history.
Mhm.
And was that what you were teaching last in the classroom before you stepped out into the golden age of retirement?
So most of my career was all in U.S. history,
Mm-hmm.
then in AP U.S., and then also IB, which was the U.S. year, that first year. And then I ended my career with government and economics.
Okay.
And I loved all of it.
What's some advice you'd give to a high school junior or senior that's considering becoming a teacher?
You have to really make sure that you really like kids,
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't mean that every kid sitting in your classroom is going to be likable.
Likeable. Yeah.
So it's not just the content, but you have to really be able that you want to connect.
Mm-hmm.
If you're somebody who can't connect, maybe there's something else that you might want to do that might be still maybe in an academic area, but maybe not that. And also make sure that you're in the right age group. So have some experiences with whether it's your student teaching or subbing at different levels, to make sure that you get into what's going to be a good fit for you. Because you're going to be spending too much of your life working. And if you don't enjoy it, if you don't love it, you're just going to be so, and it's not going to be a career. It'll be a job.
Very nice. Joey, talk to me a little bit about your college experience and then where those days led you to where you are now.
So after I graduated high school, my husband and I graduated together, and we moved to Colorado. Just decided, typical high school, got to get away from here, got to go. We left and came back a few years later, and wanted to be by family. And I went to RIT for my bachelor's degrees in biology and chemistry. And then I moved on and I got my master's degree in health systems administration. And then also my nursing home administrator's license. Since then, I have changed on careers, and now I own this lighting store called Illuminating Expressions. And it's been going good here. And, we're here close to family, raising our kids who are now graduated out of Hilton as well. And one's in college and one just graduated college. So hopefully they'll come back someday to me.
What's it like owning your own business?
It's a lot of work. It's fun. It's like a game, and I feel like we're constantly running to get to the next win. But I love the game. I love the people. I love meeting new people doing this. I love helping people. I love seeing the final product when they do get their lights in, or it's the look that they're going for, or if it's like right now I'm doing a huge casino job right now, and I can't wait to see what this place is going to look like when we're done, because these are just massive fixtures. But I learn new things every day. I'm meeting new people every day, and it's constant growth, constantly. I also have done mentoring for some students in the Brockport College area, where they just want to go out and see, what is it like owning your own business? How do you do things? Where do you start? So I try to connect them with the right people, if it's a small business development, or maybe someone wants to learn how to do and start an LLC or an incorporation, or where do you start? There's people that'll help you with that. So I like to help make the connections for that. And networking is everything.
Tell me the name of your business and again, and the location, just so we get a plug.
It's called Illuminating Expressions. It's 2020 West Ridge Road, right next to the old Pontillos.
Yeah, what are they doing to that thing? Are they going to tear the whole building down or what?
I don't know, but today they brought out the excavators just in time for our podcast. And I'm thinking, oh, please be quiet. Please be quiet. It is going to be a pizzeria over there.
And Deb, you also own a business, correct?
Yes.
Go for it.
Mine's Casual Allure. I do outdoor furniture. I focus in Hollywood. And so my location, I've relocated, so it's kind of temporary right now, but I can be reached, on Facebook, online, or by my phone number. And I'm on Lake Avenue, right next to the Grange, across from the Baptist Church.
Mhm.
And Hollywood Furniture is outdoor. It's year round. It's great. And it's 20 years residential warranty. And I think her stuff must be close to 30 years.
Oh, I still have all of mine. I've got a ton of it. And yeah, it doesn't weather. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great investment. And again, that gets back to everything that you said about, owning a business, meeting people, wanting to help, and then seeing what it looks like in the end.
So you were running the business as you were teaching, and then you've been running it in retirement?
Well, I had done hair for quite a while and did that also while I was
Right.
at school, and then kind of phased out is when I got a full-time position. And then probably about 7 years before I retired, I started thinking about what am I going to do after I retire? So Joey's mom had a business, and she would always go down to the show every year in Atlanta. So I went to the home show with her a couple of years in a row, just thinking about it and thinking, I know what I want to do. So again, it's about connections, and it's just funny how,
Networking is everything.
what you can learn from so many people.
If there's anything I could tell these students today, it would be just go out, talk to people, meet people, get along with them, make the connections. Even if you're only going to see them one time, make that connection, because you never know. They might end up on LinkedIn working for a company that you're interested in going to. And you could say, hey, Jake, can you help me get to the right person, or send my resume? Or, you know what, I really want that promotion. What do you think I need to do in order to get it? And honestly, that's just for this little Hilton community that we are so strong, and people just want to help people. So make the connections, just start talking to people.
But therein lies the key. Get your nose out of your phone.
Mhm.
You've got to learn how to talk to people, look at them in their eyes, and take an interest. Ask a question to get them talking, an open-ended question, and ask them, how did you do this? Be curious, and then really listen.
Let's say you were in HR, right? Home human resource. What would an open-ended question be for you if you really want to get to know an employee, potential one? What would you ask him or her?
So when that's coming in?
Yeah.
I think I'd like to ask them to probably tell me, what are some of your interests? What are your hobbies? What do you like to do? Not things that are related to work, but things that are outside. What makes you tick? I'd also want to know what their strengths are, but also what is it that makes you a little nervous?
Well, you've both been very successful in many different business ventures and education. Is there something that you're still maybe working on that is still a challenge that you want to improve upon?
I think you're always looking at how to improve.
Yeah, no, I'm asking, like,
I think
is
the best
there?
thing to do is just keep educating yourself as much as you
Mhm.
can. Like, I took an interest in flying, so I became a pilot a couple of years ago, and I just enjoy it. It's alone time,
Holy
but
cow.
I also wanted to learn the Spanish, and yet I remember from some words from when my teachers in, was it middle school, maybe high school, was teaching me. So I started doing this Duolingo just to keep your mind young. Just keep it going.
And the kids today, they're going to have probably about 7 transitions in their careers, and you have to keep learning. Things go fast, and you've got to keep yourself relevant.
Now, you said how many children do you have?
I have 3 children.
Okay. And are you a grandmother yet or anything like that?
Yes,
And how's that been, that role in life?
that's fun.
It is.
Our daughter's in Connecticut, and she has 2 children, and they're 10 and 8. And then our son here in Greece, he has a 2.5-year-old and a newborn. So, so it's a lot of fun. And I
Mhm.
think it's important to have a great relationship with the kids.
Mhm.
I love being grandma, and I love being able to laugh and hand them back.
Right. Joey, same question. I know your kids aren't as old as that, but
I've got two. One is graduating from law school in Buffalo University in May, and the other has just graduated from RPI last May. So he's an electrical engineer, and they're doing great, loving life. Like I said, I'm hoping they come back to Hilton area. I might get one, maybe two. That'd be nice. But I am excited to be a grandma someday and hoping sooner than later, even though my kids will tell you no. But I cross my fingers.
I know you had some notes or anything, but before I end with some, I think, fun questions, is there anything else you'd like to bring up on the podcast about the Alumni Association, where you came from in Hilton, or where you want the organization to go, or anything like that? Gonna leave the floor to you right now.
Well, right now we're currently growing. We're always looking for more people that are willing to come on, venture in, and help us out with anything. Join the board if they'd like to.
We have a newsletter, and the newsletter you can also get off of the website, to sign up for the newsletter. But there keeps people, in tuned. And again, when it is that there's certain things that are going on that people might want to, um, volunteer their time, or just like with the casino or the trivia nights or the raffle tickets,
Come play.
support that way.
Yeah, support a raffle if they can do that. Anything, just get involved. That's really the main thing. Come
But
play.
it's nice. It's taking that community and pulling that in, that high school community that was really special, and then it keeps it going.
Well, I love this group, the Hilton Alumni Association, because when we do these events, like maybe Debbie's got a ton of her friends from her class that are part of it because she's friends with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I have become such friends with so many of the class of 1970 just because we're around each other and they're really great people, and I think we're, again, networking is everything. So just get out there and meet people, and vice versa, they're meeting more people that are in classes that were below them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a great opportunity to get together with everyone.
All right, here's some fun questions. I think favorite food. That will go for you first.
Cheerios is mine. It always
All right,
will
we already
be.
got Cheerios from Joey.
It doesn't take much. Yeah, Cheerios.
Oh my gosh, I can't think. It's got to be something. Let's see. I'm going to go with, I like seafood.
Seafood?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Favorite book? And I'll go to Joey first.
Oh, gosh.
If you have time to sit down and read one.
I really don't, but I have been reading, it was Imkus or something to that regard. Imkus. I can't even remember the
What
name
was
of
it about, at least?
It's about a person who has been going through kind of like a, oh gosh, how do I explain? I'm terrible at this
Is it?
part.
I don't know.
Like a wanderer, and they would wander all over and get all these experiences and come back and tell you um, how it impacts the world, basically. And it's a trilogy. Um, so I got to start the second book now, but it's just amazing how they put it in perspective to you of what's going on in today's world based on what they can see. It's a terrible explanation of it, but it's actually a really
No,
good
you
book.
got it. I understand. A wanderer, go out and come back. Explain.
Well, they go all over. They traveled the world, and then they come back and they just explain to you, okay, this is what I see and how I can relate to how culture has changed in so many different ways.
Well, I like to read quite a bit.
Mhm.
So, and I purchased a Kindle, and I've also done some things where they're on, where it's the audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's nice if you're doing something. But I love murder mysteries. I like comedic stuff, but I guess if I'm looking at one of the books that really sticks in my mind was John Adams. And
Mhm.
then from that book, then that was the HBO series, So I just really enjoy that time in American history, colonial history, and the graphics that went into the book, and then what was supported. And then it's just, I don't know, it just resonates with me.
Favorite TV show? Doesn't have to be now. Could have been years past.
Oh, Dukes of Hazzard. That's why I named my son Luke. So that was. we
Is
would
he the
watch-
dark-haired one or the blonde?
He was actually the blonde, but I like the name. So
Okay. All right. Did you have a favorite one?
Oh gosh. Well, I like to be able just to kind of kick back and just relax and enjoy. So I'm going to go with Modern Family.
Okay.
Good one.
Favorite quotation?
think
I
had
can
one.
picture it and I can't think of it right now. Oh my goodness.
Joey's a no-go on this one.
No, go.
Well, it's shameful that I am, but I'm going to go with my age.
All right. A thing that you like to do to relax when you get some time.
I like to go boating. I like to be on the water. Find it relaxing.
Water's nice. I'm going to say golfing.
Golfing?
Mhm.
And now, do you play in a league or just whenever you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a particular home course you like to go to?
Ridgemont Country Club.
Oh, nice. Member?
Yes.
How's your game?
It's like an EKG.
What's
There's a
that?
lot of good people over there.
Couple more. 3 words, if you can come up with, to describe Hilton and its community or its educational system or anything. I mean, I've already heard caring, strong. What else?
I want to say closeness
Mm-hmm.
because we do have
Closeness.
a good bond over there.
Mhm.
Respectful. I think they're pretty good. Respectful.
For the most part, I
Well,
would
you're
say
a
that.
teacher, so you may not say that, but
No, you
I think
you get
so.
some, but you do get kids that, or it could be parents too, that are going to be disrespectful.
Mhm.
But the thing is how do you pull it back, cool down, and then let's start over.
Mhm.
You know, so let's
Yeah.
find some common ground. We're both here. We're all here,
Same
for the benefit of the
purpose.
kid,
Mhm.
rather than getting into, a slap fight.
Right.
I think one of the things too is that pretty much the community is mostly middle class. And so with that socioeconomic, there's some diversity there, but you're not seeing where it's lopsided.
Mm-hmm.
So you have people that are
true.
across the board. And so with that probably also helps with the success of having the community.
Well said. Okay, one more question and then we'll wrap it up. A person from history you'd like to have dinner with. And it could be familial, like a relative, or it could be a person from history.
Well, I think Ben Franklin is really quite a character.
Right.
So I have a few questions for him.
Didn't he say
He said a bunch of stuff.
he's got a lot of quotes and he's done a lot of stuff? Okay, we'll leave it there. Joey, how about you? You got anybody? Sometimes people go from family members that maybe left
Well,
them too
I know
soon.
you had talked to Uncle Hank
Mhm.
not too long ago, did a podcast with him. And I'll tell you what, chatting with him, he's a wealth of knowledge.
Mhm.
He's 101 and a half years old. And he's great to talk to because he listens wonderfully. He's got great stories. He's seen it all.
Mhm.
And he's very entertaining.
Okay. Great answers. Ladies, I've learned a lot about you. You've done a lot. You're going to keep doing a lot with the Alumni Association. Thank you very much for joining me on the Big H podcast. I might have to have you back after some of these fundraisers or events go through. Good luck in your upcoming fundraiser and events. If you like what you've seen, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss an episode. And you can follow me on X, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. Joey and Deb, keep up the good work.
Thank you. This
So
has been a
much.
pleasure.
Oh, that was my line. It's been a pleasure.
Oh. Beat ya.
The Big H Podcast, tune in now. Conversations that'll wow. Laugh and learn, stay a while. Let's explore that Hilton style. From the highs to the lows, every story just explodes. Mike's got questions on the go, diving deep from head to toe. Every week the guests align, sharing moments so divine. Stay with us, the pace is fine. Every episode you'll find